Here, good morning to all. My name is Rahul. I have already taught anthropology for 2-3 years. My basic graduation is BBS. I'm a doctor by profession, still continuing as a doctor. Government duty kuda ide, 2 o'clock. In this span, I've already been to interview twice. Ivaga, my anthropology scores 294 ಇತ್ತು and 256 ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. Last year ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಸ್ಕೋರ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ it was 294. So these other munche my option was medical science. So basically anthropology everybody tries to do a lot of things or they'll do only one book. Both are wrong. Don't try to read a lot of books or don't try to do only one book. Illi in my thing, first of all I'll tell you why should you choose anthropology. The first question I'm going to answer. Why anthropology? And basically the benefits, the pros and cons of anthropology. Is it reliable? Should you take it? Most of your freshers ತಗೋಬೇಕಾ ಬೇಡವಾ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ ಆರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಐ ಬಿ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್, ಮೈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ 2 things ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಟ್. ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಐ ಕಮ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ದೆನ್ ಐ ಗೋ ಟು ವೈ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ ಅಂತ. ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಇಫ್ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸಿಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಮನೇಲಿ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ, ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೈ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅಟೆಂಡೆಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಾಲಿಟಿ ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಗ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ತಿಂತೀವಿ. ಇನ್ ಮೈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ವಿದಿನ್ 40 to 45 days I'm going to cover entire anthropology with notes. And my class is focused on basically revision. Each day I'm going to teach you one particular topic, and that particular topic in a structured way. For example, general studies you will have some topic called secularism. I'll ask starting only, I'll put some few questions like what is secularism? What is secularism? What are the types of secularism? What are the challenges to secularism? What is the situation in India about secularism? Government measures taken to promote secularism, and lastly way ahead. These are structures itcalled. For each and every topic of a syllabus, this will be the structure. 5 to 6 headings irutte, and ee 5 to 6 headings alli I'm going to explain to you concept chanaga artha ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ with examples as well as case studies. Case studies, almost every topic you will have case studies and collected from different sources. ಈ ಕೇಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೋದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೆದು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಕೇಸ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಬರೀಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೀವು. ಅಂಡ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಈಚ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಹೆಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 4-5 lines, such that every topic will have some 3 to 4 pages of notes which you can revise it immediately. So today you sit in my class for maybe 2 hours class ittu anta ankoona, hypothetically speaking. So if you have the class for 2 hours, 1.5 hours I'll be teaching you the concept, and last half an hour is only for revision, and the next day 15 minutes is only revision, such that even if you do not study anthropology at your homes, you will be knowing the concept very well. This is guaranteed, no doubt about it. Conceptual understanding is excellent. This is the uniqueness. First thing, pace, fastness, speed with which I complete the class. 40 days, 40 to 45 days is sufficient. Close to full-fledged classes ಒಂದು around October 20th and start ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Full-fledged classes October 3rd or 2nd week will be announced. ಇವಾಗ just orientation, what is anthropology, should I take it or not, ನನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಇಂದ ಏನು ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ and all those things. And one is fastness, second thing is topic wise notes, then you will have conceptual understanding with examples as well as diagrams that will be focused on. Only exam relevant. See, I'm a MBBS now profession. I won't be teaching you like an anthropologist complete age or full ನಾವು MA anthropology ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಾರಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. I'll just see scores ಬರ್ಬೇಕು, that's all. That is all is my intention. Where are you going to get more marks, and that is my focus area. Still I'm actually writing exams. So since even ನಾನು examination preparation field ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ I'll keep giving you all current affairs relevant examples. I'll be linking with day to day basis. Easiಯಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಬೇಕು. Basically each and every concept you should be fluidic. It should not be that ನೀವು ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ದು ಇದೇನೋ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದೆಲ್ಲ ಇರಬಾರ್ದು. It should be easy. Basically, for example, ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. There's a theory called diffusionism ಅಂತಾರೆ. Theories of anthropology ಅಂತ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕಸ್ಮಾತ್ ತಪ್ಪಿ ಬೈ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ, there's something called theories of anthropology. ಅದು ತುಂಬಾ ಭಯಾನಕ. Oh God, we have to study theories. Theories is too much. We cannot do nothing like that. It's actually the easiest of all. ಇವಾಗ I'm wearing shirt, I'm wearing pant, boots ಹಾಕೊಂಡು. So this is actually not Indian culture. This is influence of Britain. Western culture influence ಇದೆ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ. Basically what has happened, that culture from western area has been diffusion ಆಗಿದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. It's been transported from that region to this region. That is nothing but diffusionism. There is a word called diffusionism in your top syllabus. ಈ ತರ simple ಆಗಿ I'm going to explain what ಅನ್ನೋದು in layman's term. After that we'll go to the scientific definition and examples and who study, what are the thinkers, what are the different types of diffusionism they've talked. Athara spoken about all those things we're going to talk in detail later. And one more thing in my class is differential pricing. People might be wondering, ಏನು differential pricing ಅಂತ. ಇವಾಗ orientation class in many institutes have started. This is one uniqueness in my class. ಅಂದ್ರೆ few people who have already taken anthropology before and they wouldn't have been satisfied with other coaching or ಅವರೇನೋ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಬಟ್ ದೇ ನಾಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ವಿತ್ ಇಟ್ ಆ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಟಫ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೆಲವರು ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ, ಕೆಲವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಈ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದೋದು ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ, ಕೆಲವರು ಆರ್ಕಿಯಾಲಜಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕಷ್ಟ. ದೇ ವೋಂಟ್ ಬಿ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆರ್ಕಿಯಾಲಜಿ, ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದು ನೇಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಹೌ ಟು ಇವನ್ ಬೈ ಹ್ಯಾಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೆಲವರು ಕಷ್ಟ. ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಪ್ರೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ, ನೌ ಯು ನೋ ದಟ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕೇಜ್ ಇಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಬ್ರೋಷರ್. But I'm going to divide the syllabus into 6 to 7 parts, where one part go one price it so that if at all you're only interested in that particular, you can only attend that, which is going to be very student friendly as well as price kuda range tumba kadame, hardly 1000, 2000, 3000 either. So it's very affordable also. This is another uniqueness which we are going to start here, differential pricing. Okay, next I'll be coming to why anthropology. There are different subjects, literature ಇದೆ, anthropology ಇದೆ, ನಿಮ್ದು ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಸ್ಗೆ, ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಕಲ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ಸ್ಗೆ, ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ಸ್. ನಾವು ವೈ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ? ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋ ಬಡಿ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಇನ್ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ. ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ದರ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ ಅಟ್ ಆಲ್. PhD ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ, ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ, ಹತ್ರ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ಲಿ ಫ್ಯೂ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆದ್ರೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಪ್ಲೇಯಿಂಗ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, somebody is engineer, somebody arts background, somebody commerce background, somebody science background, it's okay, doesn't matter at all, everything is the same, because science ಅವರು ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓದ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅವರು ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓದ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, everything is the same to everyone. And here science is very 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 minimal, 10th standard basic science ಅಷ್ಟೇ, and that also I'm going to explain. DNA, RNA ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, nothing, all those are irrelevant. ತುಂಬಾ ಬ್ರಾಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ರೇಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು, ಯಾಕೆ ಅವರು ಕಪ್ಪುಗೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, why he has curly hair, why they have O positive blood group, why they have AB positive blood group, all those are determined genetics and how this is going to influence those phenotypic traits ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ತುಂಬಾ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆಗಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ರಿಲೇಶನ್ಶಿಪ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್. ಯಾಕೆ, the why part will be answered very well. It's not always, because if you know the reason, only then you will be able to remember it, otherwise you will not remember. It's equal to by heart. Only if you know why is this happening ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, otherwise you won't remember. Okay, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು I'll tell you one my style of explaining ಅಂದ್ರೆ, you will get the feel of anthropology. I'll explain to you what is this feel of anthropology. ಈಗ you would have heard about this Vedanta company. Have you heard of Vedanta company? Vedanta company is a mining company in India. Vedanta company is a mining company in India. Whoever has seen to share market, stock market ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ತಿದ್ರೆ, it's booming now. ವೇದಾಂತ, ಅದಾನಿ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತಾರ, ಅದಾನಿ ಅಂಬಾನಿ ಕಂಪನೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದೇ ತರ ವೇದಾಂತ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ another company. It's a mining company. What happened here is, Indiaದಲ್ಲಿ just a simple way of explaining to show you how you will feel anthropology, how this is going to be different from general studies. Kindly consider this as India map. Hilly, kindly consider that to be state of Odisha. ಅಲ್ಲಿ there's a hill, ನಿಯಮಗಿರಿ ಹಿಲ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಏನೋ ಹಿಲ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅನ್ಕೋಣ, ಒಂದು ಹಿಲ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಕಾಡಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರೈಬ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಜನ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, and they'll have their own specific culture, they'll be dependent upon the forest, obviously. If I'm fast, you can just tell me, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ reduce ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. And ನಿಯಮಗಿರಿ ಹಿಲ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಇದು ಕತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ದೋಸ್ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ಸ್ who were living, ಅವ್ರು ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಕಾಡು, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ನೆಲ, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಭೂಮಿ, ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಪ್ರಪಂಚ, ಅವ್ರದೇ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಅವ್ರದೇ ಪ್ರಪಂಚ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಾರ್ ದೆಮ್ ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿ ಬದುಕೋದೇ ಜೀವನ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್. ಫಾರ್ ದೆಮ್ they don't want minerals, they don't want ಈ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. So but what this Vedanta company did is a private company. Obviously private and the profit. Basically private means profit. So what did they do? They went to that hills, they asked government, illi bauxite mineral ide. Bauxite is a raw material for aluminum. ಅಲ್ಯೂಮಿನಿಯಂ ಇಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಪ್ಲೇನ್ಸ್, ಏರ್ ಕ್ರಾಫ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ನನಗೆ ಅದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ದೇ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್. ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಓಕೆ, ಎನಿವೇಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗೌರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್, ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್ ಇಟ್ ಯು ಅಂತ ಗೇವ್ ಇಟ್. ಅವಾಗ ದೇ ವಾಂಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅವ್ರ ಕಂಪನಿ. ಬಟ್ ಈ ನಿಯಮಗಿರಿ ಹಿಲ್ ಅಂತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ವೇರ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸೈಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೊಕೇಟೆಡ್, ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ಸ್. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್, ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ದ ಫೀಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್, ತಿರುಪತಿ ಬೆಟ್ಟ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ತಿರುಪತಿ ಹಿಲ್ಸ್, ಅಲ್ಲೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ನೋ, ಎವ್ರಿಬಡಿ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ನೋ. ವೈ? ವಿ ನೋ ಇಟ್, ವಿ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಅಲೋ ಇಟ್. ಹಂಗೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಅನ್ಸತ್ತೋ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಹಂಗೆ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. Now you are standing in their shoes and looking from their perspective. You are understanding the feel, the pain of them. So, avaga they obviously objected to it. For them, Tirupati Hills is like, for us, Niyamgiri Hills hengo, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ Tirupati Hills ಹಂಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ. Obviously ನಾವು ಒಪ್ಪಲ್ಲ, ತಿರುಪತಿ ಬೆಟ್ಟ ಮುಟ್ಟಕ್ ಬಿಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, because it's our culture. ಹಂಗೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೂ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ? This perspective is called as emic perspective. A small concept what I have explained ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. This is how I am going to understand concept for you. Simple language, simple examples. Even if you do not remember what I have made you write there, if you have attended my classes, you will automatically, you will get a lot of stories. My classes are full of stories. ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಕಥೆಗಳು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಯಾರಿಗೂ ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ, 100%. So this is about how my style of teaching. Now ಇವಾಗ why anthropology? I told you about it's a level playing field and ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಏನು ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. Anthropology, basically almost everything is involved in anthropology. You see cultural and language in the whole. Some language, yellow on tribes, no, not only tribes. You need not have to link anthropology with tribes. You can think about some minority languages in Karnataka. Maybe some Konkani language irbodu, ಅಥವಾ ತುಳು ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಕೂರ್ಗಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, all these things. About them also we are going to study. Classification, language classify ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಯಾಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲುಯೆನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಓದ್ತೀವಿ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಸೊ ಬಿಗ್ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚಂಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ, ದ ಮೇನ್ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ ಇಸ್ ಟು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಕಲ್ಚರ್. ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ ವಿಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ವಿಲ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆರ್ಕಿಯಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ತಾಜ್ ಮಹಲ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದು ಯಾಕೆ ಡೋಮ್ ಹಂಗಿದೆ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಅದು ಆರ್ಕಿಯಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ರಿಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಹಂಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಹೌ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಬೀಂಗ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾರ್ಬಲ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ವೈಟೇ ಯಾಕೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂತ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ದ ಮೇನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಅದರಿಂದ ಅವ್ರ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ, ಆರ್ ಅವ್ರ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇಂದ ಆ ಮಾನ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್. ಇವಾಗ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ, ಹೌ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಅದರ್ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಅಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕೋರ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. Every topic I'm going to ask, why should I study this particular topic in anthropology is my question. Then only you will understand what is the essence of anthropology. Otherwise you will not understand. For example, religion anta thought. Religion history ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ you will think about which is the first religion to come up, which is the last religion to come up. ಈ ತರ ಓದ್ತೀವಿ. Chronology, history is all about chronology, timelines. But anthropology is not about chronology or timelines. Yes, we are going to use the raw material from the history, but how ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಎಥಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ರಿಲಿಜನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟಾಲರೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಪೀಸ್ಫುಲ್ನೆಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಆ ತರ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ರಿಲಿಜನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದಾಗ, ಸೆಕ್ಯುಲರಿಸಮ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೋದಾಗ, ರಿಲಿಜಿಯಸ್ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾನ್ಫ್ಲಿಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆದಾಗ, ರಿಲಿಜಿಯಸ್ ಇಂಟಾಲರೆನ್ಸ್ ಆದಾಗ ವೈಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ, ರಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಬಾಬ್ರಿ ಮಸೀದ್ ರಯಾಟ್ ಕೇಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಗೋಧ್ರಾ ರಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿರ್ಬೋದು ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಗೇನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ. ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಟೂ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ರಿಲಿಜನ್. ವೈ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಲಿಜನ್ ಅಕ್ರಾಸ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್? ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಸೊಸೈಟಿಲೂ ರಿಲಿಜನ್ ಯಾಕಿದೆ? This is the essence of anthropology. This is what we are going to learn in anthropology. And ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ರಿಲಿಜನ್ ಇದೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ತರ ಇದೆ, ಯಾಕೆ ಒಂದೇ ತರ ಇಲ್ಲ? That's all. So it's basically neutral ಆಗಿ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. This is the basis of anthropology. We are not going to study about ಯಾಕೆ ರಿಲಿಜಿಯಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಫ್ಲಿಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು, 1,00,000 ಜನ ಸತ್ತೋದ್ರು, many rapes ಆಯ್ತು, ಮರ್ಡರ್ಸ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಬೇಡ. We are going to see how this has come up, how this society has formed. And we are going to study lot of interesting and fascinating examples. Environmental anthropology anta ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್. ನಿಮ್ಮ physical anthropology. Physical anthropology is a part of anthropology where we are going to, basically it's also called as biological anthropology. ಇಲ್ಲಿ environmental anthropology ಅಂತಾನೂ ಇದೆ. ಸಿಂಪಲ್, ಹಿಂಗೆ anthropology what it studies ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ಚಳಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಸ್ವೆಟರ್ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, that is what is going to study. That means cold is the environment which is influencing our culture to wear woolen clothes. Simple ಆಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ? ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಕಾಟನ್ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಸೆಕೆ ಆದಾಗ. ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಕಾಟನ್ ಕ್ಲೋತ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ಹಾಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಫೆಸಿಲಿಟೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಬಟ್ ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಚೇಂಜ್. ಇವಾಗ AC ಬಂತು, So that environment, ನಮ್ದು ಒಂದು ಕಲ್ಚರ್, ಒಂದು ಎಕನಾಮಿಕಲಿ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು we have altered the environment itself. So the culture inside that also will get altered. So basically ಮುಂಚೆ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಒಂದಿತ್ತು ಹಾಟ್, ನಾವು ಸ್ವೆಟರ್ ಕಾಟನ್ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಇವಾಗ ಹಾಟ್ ನ ತೆಗೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾವು ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ನೇ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರಿ ಥ್ರೂ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್, ಅಂಡ್ ಎಕನಾಮಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್. ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಥ್ರೂ ದ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ದ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರೋ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಕೂಡ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಸ್, ಇದು ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಇದೆ. ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸಸ್ ದ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ದ ಕೋರ್. Okay, now we are understanding. This is how each and every topic of a syllabus alli clarity sigute. Okay, now I'll and pratiyondu, there's no PowerPoint presentation at all in my class. There's no PPTs. Everything will be dictated. Everything I'll make you write. And whenever explaining to you, I'll make you to write the same thing. So that whatever I've explained, that will be put down in a note. There's no PDF. Only PDFs kalsar. The important sources which you have to refer apart from whatever I've taught, that I'll be. And also multiple sources. So, okay, thank you. Okay, what was it? Multiple sources. See, sources alli you don't refer the sources. Already 2 ವರ್ಷ ಓದಿದೀನಿ ಇದನ್ನ. So ನಾನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, we not have to have seen all, majority of the things are not relevant for the examination, and I'll only see that particular point which is essential to write in the examination. ಆ 3 pages 15 marks ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಫಿಲ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗತ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ, ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಾಕಕ್ ಆಗತ್ತಾ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕ್ವಶನ್. ಹಾಕಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೇಸ್ಟ್. ಸುಮ್ನೆ ನೀವು ನಾಲೆಜ್ ಬೆಳೆಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತೀರಿ? ನಥಿಂಗ್. You won't do anything. Only knowledge is relevant only when it has application. Otherwise, it's not at all relevant. So here, I'm going to. There are many sources, many sources. Nandu primary source is Ember. Basically, Ember and Ember is nothing. It's a foreign author book. It's tappa irutte. It's okay. ನಾನು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಓದಿದೀನಿ ಅದನ್ನ, so it doesn't matter. So primary my source is Ember and Ember. Apart from that, there are lot of sources. I'll be telling the list of sources also. Don't worry. At the end of the class. So before that, I'll be telling what are the sources I have done, so that you will have that confidence. Next to D.K. Bhattacharya anta book barutte for archaeology. Nadeem Hussain anta ಒಂದು book barutte for tribal. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ textbooks. All these are textbooks which I've already read, already made notes on it, and our basis ಮೇಲೆ I'll be telling all the classes. ಮತ್ತೆ tribal cultures of India ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಬುಕ್ ಇದೆ by LP Vidyarthi. LP Vidyarthi is an anthropologist. I know these names, ಯಾರ ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಸರುಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನಂಗೂ ಹಂಗೆ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಗೆಟ್ ಇರಿಟೇಟೆಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಸಮ್ ನೇಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದೊಂದು ನೇಮ್ ಇನ್ಸರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಲೈಕ್ ಒಂದ್ ಲೈನ್ ಓದಂಗಿಲ್ಲ 2 ಹೆಸರು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಹೆಂಗ್ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಲೇಟರ್ ಐ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್, ಓಕೆ, ಆ ನೇಮ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನೆವರ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಬೈ ಹ್ಯಾಟಿಂಗ್ ದೋಸ್ ನೇಮ್ಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಶುಡ್ ಕಮ್ ಇನ್ ಅ ಫ್ಲೋ. ನಿಮ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಹೆಸರು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಬೈ ಹ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಓ ಇವ್ ಗೀತಾ 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 ಇಲ್ಲ ತಾನೆ. ಹಂಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ನೇಮ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ವೇಟ್. ಅಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಥಿಯರೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ 6 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಪರ್ 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ರಿಟನ್ ದೇರ್. There you can see there are close to 10 theories, and for every theory 3 to 4 thinkers have been attached. My answers or my teaching will be based on only those thinkers, so that whatever the syllabus I'll be sticking to it. Nothing extra, nothing small. Now and then I'll keep giving you case studies which is interesting, which is for your convenience. Okay. So there are, this is by LP Vidyarthi. LP Vidyarthi is a well-known anthropologist. He's got many awards also. He was advisor for Jawaharlal Nehru also. Anyways, such important anthropologists I'll be covering, and present tribal situations, so statistics irbodu. And this is going to be very, tribal anthropology will be extremely important for 2 things. One is your general studies, and second thing is for essay. These statistics, for example, they'll ask, write about culture is changing in India because of Western forces. And they can give you in society, GS1 and society and part. There you can use tribal anthropology complete. ಒಂದೊಂದು ಯೂಶಲಿ GS ಆನ್ಸರ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲೇ ಒಂದು ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರೆಕ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಬಾಡಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಕನ್ಕ್ಲೂಷನ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಬಾಡಿದಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್, ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲ್, ಎಕನಾಮಿಕಲ್, ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಆ ತರ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್, ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಗಿವ್ಸ್ ಎನ್ ಏಜ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅದರ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ನಾನ್ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿ ಯಾರು ಸಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ದೇ ವೋಂಟ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್. ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಹೆಸರು ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಅಂಡ್ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಅವ್ರ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಕಾಂಕ್ರೀಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಐ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೆಲ್ ದ ಲಿಟ್ರಸಿ ರೇಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ 50% ಅಂತ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಲಿಟ್ರಸಿ ರೇಟ್, ಪ್ರಿಮಿಟಿವ್ ವಲ್ನರಬಲ್ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್. ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ 2 years ಅಲ್ಲಿ. 1 ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ PVTG ಅಂತ ಬಂದಿದೆ. PVTG, ಪ್ರಿಮಿಟಿವ್ ವಲ್ನರಬಲ್ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇನ್ನು ಪ್ರಿಮಿಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿರೋರು. ಪ್ರಿಮಿಟಿವ್ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ಸ್, ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಇಸ್ ವಲ್ನರಬಲ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಅಂತ. ವಲ್ನರಬಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ವಲ್ನರಬಲ್? ವಲ್ನರಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ಲೈಕ್, ಈಗ ವಲ್ನರಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಮೆಂಟಲಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೀವು, ಸಣ್ಣ ಪಟ್ಟ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ಅಮ್ಮನ ಜೊತೆ ಜಗಳ ಆಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಫುಲ್ ಡೇ ಹೋಯ್ತು. ಯು ಆರ್ ವಲ್ನರಬಲ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್. ಎಮೋಷನಲ್ ಫೈಟ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನಾಟ್ ಟೇಕ್. ಸೊ ಆತರ ವಲ್ನರಬಲ್ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ವಲ್ನರಬಲ್. ಎಕನಾಮಿಕಲಿ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಟ್, ಫಿಸಿಕಲಿ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಟ್, ಪೊಲಿಟಿಕಲಿ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲಾಯ್ಟ್. ದೇ ಆರ್ ವಲ್ನರಬಲ್. ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿಮಿಟಿವ್ನೆಸ್, ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರೈಬಲ್ ಅಂತವನ್ನ PVTG ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ದಿಸ್ ವಾಸ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ರಿಲಿಮ್ಸ್. There are 75 primitive vulnerable tribal groups, 95 primitive vulnerable tribals ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ. Actually 75 ಇರೋದು. They have given the wrong option there. So ಹಿಂಗ್ ಕೂಡ there are some indirect benefits of anthropology also in prelims also as well as in general studies also. GS ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, essays ಅಲ್ಲೂ ತುಂಬಾ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Whenever giving any example to substantiate how the tribal examples you can easily use in many places. Okay, this is about anthropology broadly. Now I'll just go specifically anthropology ಬಗ್ಗೆ. So this is not a class, just a orientation. What you're going to find in anthropology, which are the parts which is interesting to you, ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮಾತ್ರ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. And which are the parts will be challenging to you, and what is my role there ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Anthropology 4 ಪಾರ್ಟ್. There are 4 parts in anthropology. One is physical. I'm a doctor, MBBS doctor. So physical anthropology will be easy for me ಅಂತ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಈಸಿ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ಈಸಿ ನನಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗೂ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಅರ್ಥ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವೈಟ್ ಈಸಿ ಫಾರ್ ಮಿ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಟು ಯು ಇನ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನರ್. ಸೊ ಐ ವೋಂಟ್ ಗೋ ಟು ಎನಿ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಾಲಿಟಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಲೆವೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮಿನೇಷನ್, ಓನ್ಲಿ ದೇರ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟಚ್ ಅಪಾನ್. ಓಕೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಫಿಸಿಕಲ್. ದೆನ್ ಆರ್ಕಿಯಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಆರ್ಕಿಯಾಲಜಿ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬೈ ಹ್ಯಾಟ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ನೇಮ್ಸ್, ಬೈ ಹ್ಯಾಟ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೈಟ್ಸ್, ಬೈ ಹ್ಯಾಟ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್, ಈ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಗಿವ್ ಒನ್ ಜನರಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎನಿ ಆಂಥ್ರೋಪಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಈ ಹೆಡ್ಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ನೀವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. So as soon as you see that structure, see that headings, you will immediately get answer. At least 4-5 points, 100% you want to write in the examination. And everything, whatever I'm going to teach, everything will be interlinked. For example, physical anthropology, you will study about early humans, Neanderthal, Koti inda banda manava antala heltare. No, it's not like that exactly. But still, we are going to read how evolution of man, definitely we are going to study through different stages, and who are the species before Homo sapiens. They are called humans, nothing but Homo sapiens scientifically. So this is I'm going to tell. ಹೆಂಗೆ ಈಚ್ ಒಂದು ಮುಂಚೆ ಜಾ ಮುಂದೆ ಇತ್ತು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಯ್ತು, ವಿತ್ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್. ತುಂಬಾ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕಲ್ ಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಒಂದು ಸಿ ಹಾಕಿ, ಒಂದು ಎಲ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಆಗೋಯ್ತು ಕಲ್. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್. So this is how for each and every syllabus, every topic I'm going to teach you easy way of representing. And ಇಲ್ಲಿ I'm going to show. ಮುಂಚೆ this was not there. ಮುಂಚೆ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಕೋತಿದಾರ ಕಾಣ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಚಿನ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಫಾರ್ ಮಂಕೀಸ್ ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಚಿನ್. So other small things, how it evolves, how we are different from other animals, other mammals or other primates. Each and everything, whatever the word I'm going to tell, I'm going to explain. For example, primates. What are primates? There's a syllabus. There's something called topic called primates. Primates basically just think monkeys. Monkeys are primates. We are primates. Okay, now you should know what is the difference between primates and non-primates. Think about a dog. I tell you, dog is not a primate. Now you will tell the difference. Okay, just compare you and a dog. What is the difference? You will get to know. Dog, snout ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Monkeys and us ಅಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡದಿರಲ್ಲ, ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. We are more intelligent than the dog. So that's the second difference. So like this, we are going to each and everything we can see. And see our, look at our arm movement. And dogs cannot do it. Dogs can't even stand. Dogs can't even stand properly. We can stand. So this is the third difference. So each and this is how we are going to see. Dogs have canines. ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ ಅಗ್ರೆಷನ್ ತೋರ್ಸೋದು. We don't have so much such big canines. Earlier we had, but we don't have now. Primates ಗೆ ಇವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲ. So all these small differences I'm going to show you comparison. Because again you want to know the difference between what is primates. You again see with cow comparison, cow and a monkey. You will get to know the difference. What are the important feature present in the monkey? You see, cow the eyes are actually placed laterally, sides. For us it is placed in front. That's the difference. So like that, comparison, through comparison, the concept will be extremely clear. Okay. Archaeological, then socio-cultural. Socio-cultural anthropology ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So socio-cultural anthropology now this is like family, kinship, then polity, economy. So tribal economy is quite different from general economy. And also socio-culturally we will study about family also. Family is the basic unit of society. Society ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಓದಿ. I want to study about society. So family, what is a family? Simple definition of family. Who defines family? We are going to see case studies. What are the different types of family? What are the different types of marriages we have? For example, you would have heard about Nayars in Kerala. Kerala there is some community called Nayars. In 1920s, ಇವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ 1910s, the system of family was quite different. The system of marriage was also quite different. ಇವಾಗ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ monogamous relationship. ಒಬ್ಬ ಗಂಡ ಒಬ್ಬ ಹೆಂಡತಿ. That's all. ಒಬ್ರು ಹೆಂಡತಿ. So basically one on one ಅಷ್ಟೇ. That is monogamous relationship. You would have heard about polyandry. ಅಂದ್ರೆ one man having many wives. One woman having many husbands. ಪಾಂಡವಸ್ ದ್ರೌಪದಿ ಇದ್ರು ಆತರ. So ಆತರ ಕೂಡ you will have heard of it. But ಕೆಲವೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ there's a difference, there's variety we are going to study. For example, there's something called group marriages. In Indonesian, Pacific Ocean ಅಲ್ಲಿ Polynesian Islands ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. You would have seen Pacific Ocean, there's something called Polynesian Islands. There, some tribals are there. Where, imagine 5 guys are standing here, 5 girls. Group marriages. Everybody is wife to me. I am the husband to everyone. That the entire 10 people are a family. So we are going to see the variety, the different things which we have never ever come across. Such things also we are going to know. Why antanu will study. And even Todas anta, there's a tribe in Nilgiri Hills, Tamil Nadu. There also they have one wife will have many husbands. One, but the biological father, ivaga magu aitu, she has a child. But the biological father, she won't know also. And that is not important to them. For them, social father is important. Father, we are going to segregate. Biological father bere, social father bere. The person who has transmitted genes to his children is now father anta ankodu. But that is biological father. But the person who is raising the child is a social father. So such small differences will come across. We'll give a lot of examples, and these examples will keep repeating and repeating and repeating. So this class of anthropology is only, this is for 2 people. One is this year means yarar barithire anthropology. For them, that is why this is going to be extremely fast. 40-45 days. Extensive kuda irutte. Like 4-5 hours of class or 3-4 hours of class. Class duration will be minimal. And next year, whoever is studying for anthropology, these ಎರಡು ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ use my class. After that, it won't be much of use. Conceptual clarity will be there. Current affairs linking, again, extra things will have to add. But these 2 years will be extremely useful. And lastly, tribal. There's a lot of parts of developmental anthropology and many other parts will keep getting. That is fine. I'll keep including under social cultural anthropology. So these are the broad 4 parts we'll study. And ಈಗ anthropology, this is the last thing I want to talk about anthropology. After that, so general how we are going to structure yourself and how we are going to go about the preparation, what to do ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ. There will be 100 people who is advising you. 100. You will go to the market, you will think, oh, you advise ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವರು advise ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. I don't know what to do. I'll come to that part later. How you have to go for prelims, what attempts you have to focus on, and optional ಯಾವಾಗ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, and GS ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, and then prelims ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Optional teaching is not just about that teaching part. It's about guiding you in a specific path such that ಬೇರೆದ್ ಕೂಡ manage ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Just imagine I'm giving the class for 8 hours per day. What will you do? You cannot do anything. 3 days will come after that class. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಯಾರು ಬರೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ. So that I'm going to speak about later. Anyways, ಇವಾಗ anthropology see anthropology paper 1 of anthropology is 70% of the syllabus. 70% of the syllabus is paper 1 of anthropology, though it carries 250 marks, and also it's the scoring part. Paper 2 it just has 30% of the syllabus. 30% of syllabus. It's like paper 2, if you give me, I'll finish it in 10 days only. Paper 2. That fast I can complete, but the basics and the foundations are present in paper. For example, if I talk about caste system, there's something called evolutionism theory in paper 1. I'm going to link it with that. Complete anthropology will be interlinked such that you will not forget any concept. One example, you will only start interlinking. You get one Vedanta example there, you saw, you will see protection of culture by tribal culture there. You can use somewhere in GS also. We can show how tribal are protecting their culture and they can show that Vedanta group and ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ Dongriya Kond, the name of the tribals is Dongriya. Anyways, the names are not important right now. Odisha tribal group, they through Gram Sabha, using the political institution of Gram Sabha, they protected themselves, their culture. Supreme Court actually squashed Vedanta order. They are not supposed to mind. Even today, they are not supposed to mind it. And the order passed on because they understood how important the tribal culture is. And illi, yeah, what is it? ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಜ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ? No. ಇವಾಗ I told you about interlinking ಬಗ್ಗೆ I was telling about interlinking. Paper 1 and paper 2, how it is connected ಅಂತ. So paper 1 ಅಲ್ಲಿ you'll have some early humans ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಲಿತೀವಿ. early human ancestors, for example Neanderthal, and for example they have something called Homo erectus, Australopithecus, all these people. So these people, again I'm going to classify. Again syllabus ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Physical characteristics, geographical distribution, cultural traits, phylogeny. There are 4 headings there. Those 4 headings under which we are going to study. And the same thing, whatever the culture is present in early humans, early tools, technology, whatever is present, that is nothing but archaeology will be linked. Archaeology previously also will study. Early ಒಂದು 10,000 ವರ್ಷ ಹಿಂದೆ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, 1,00,000 ವರ್ಷ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಅದರ ಎವಿಡೆನ್ಸಸ್ ಏನಾಯ್ತು. ಆ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ must be used by some humans, right? And those humans we would have already finished in physical anthropology. The same thing we want to interconnect and we'll understand. Oh, this is easy. This is actually not so tough. It's quite repeating. The examples can be repeating. The concepts can be repeating. And after repeated revisions, it's so easy for you. It'll be like anthropology is a cakewalk. At least minimum what my purpose is. Even if you can't get toppers for 320, 330, 310, ಈ ತರ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಿದ್ರೆ, you will definitely not get a low score. This is for sure. If at all you're not getting a rank, it will not because of anthropology. It will because of general studies. And if you're getting a rank, anthropology will not be a hurdle. And if you work more on it, definitely anthropology is a boost. This is the main and sole purpose of my class. This is how the class will go. And based upon the differential pricing, what I've spoken about. For example, few people will find theories of anthropology is very boring, very irritating, very annoying. Aduk notes materials, I'm not getting it. As well as I'm not able to understand the concepts. For that, I've kept separate prices for separate sections of anthropology. Complete anthropology, one package you would have seen. But few people will be weak in few areas only. And those areas will be targeted. For example, theories of anthropology, so and so price will be declared. Will declare those prices also. So like that, here the test series, we have not thought about any test series as of now. So as students keep increasing, slow and steady, we're going to start the test series also. For right now, my main purpose is one today and tomorrow, day after tomorrow, 3-4 days, I'll be giving the orientation class, and post which later parts of the, especially in the second or third week of October, the full-fledged classes will begin. And from there to November end, anthropology is over. Nothing else to do other than your notes. And the notes, you had a book, 200, 300 pages book, 2 books you'll have. That's all I want. You will understand every concept, structured wise notes will be there with example, with case studies, with diagram, with introduction as well as conclusion. So every topic will be considered like a question, and previous year questions is the main focus here. Previous 10-year question paper I would have studied in detail. So any topic I'm starting there will be linked with the previous year question papers. So I'll ask, okay, there's something called ethnocentrism being asked. All these are concepts you might think, concepts there. Nothing like that. Once you will understand those concepts, it's very, very simple. It's common sense based. Anthropology is common sense. As soon as you read those concepts in detail about it, as soon as you listen to the concepts, you'll understand. You will only start applying. Oh, you will start studying people around you, how they're being molded, how they're thinking. All these things are influenced because of their culture and how our biology is there. And a lot of things, growth and development. There's a chapter called growth and development. How till when will the baby start to walk? When will it smile? All these things also will be taught. At what age? At what age will it recognize mother or father? ಯಾರನ್ನ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗುರ್ತಿಡಿಯೋದು, ಮದರ್ ಫಾದರ್? ಹೆಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತು? ಪಕ್ಕನಾ? ಟ್ರೂ. ಅದು ಏನು 3 months ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅಮ್ಮಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ, ಅಮ್ಮ ಇದು ಅಪ್ಪ 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 ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ 9 ತಿಂಗಳ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇದು ಅಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ಈ ಓನು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಬಿ ಜೋವಿಯಲ್, ಇಟ್ ಬಿ ಫನಿ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಎಂಜಾಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್. ಸೊ ತುಂಬಾ ಲೈಟ್ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ವೆರಿ accessible ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. when I'm in the institute, when I'm not in the institute, I won't be there only. I'll have duty. Right now I have COVID duty going on. So past 2-3 months I'm there. That's the reason of delay of conduction of this orientation classes. But in the future also, though 5-10 minutes late ಆದರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, adjust ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಬಿಡಿ. But that will be compensated completely. You need not have to read any other source. If at all I send you some PDF, read it. That's all. Otherwise, no sources are required. Only the classes are sufficient. You can get a good score in anthropology. 270, 280, every optional get good score, bad scores ಅಂತ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So last year, good scores were, if somebody is crossing 230 was a good score. Even in top 10, you would have seen the scores of 235, 236, either option scores. So if you're getting more than 240 it's a very good score compared to them. So it's always relative performance which matters. So you should always have that edge. When will you have that edge? You should always have the conceptual clarity for the basic books. As soon as you show them that you have conceptual clarity, writing with recent examples will always, why will they cut you off? Why will they cut you off? What else can they expect? Think like the person who is correcting your paper. Each and every topic you have, family. This is a, if at all, there's a topic called family they're studying about. I'll start discussing what is family. This will be the introduction of an answer. Definition of family by somebody who would have given. Those thinkers' names I'll start telling later. First I'll tell what that person has told. I'll tell his story and all. Nalakaidu sati if I keep telling his name, that name automatically goes to your head. If I tell, okay, you have to remember this particular ABC name. How will you remember? You want to remember. So this is what, again let's see what are the types of family. What are the functions of family? I'll only ask you what are the functions of family. I'll ask you to give the example. You will know every answer actually. In ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ, but nobody, you cannot structure it properly. Organized way of learning will be absent. That is the motive of the class. Organized way. For example, what's the function of family and the economic function? Obviously, husband will support the wife, wife will support the husband in economic, in times of need. Psychological function. ಕಷ್ಟ ಬಂದಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ಕೋಬಹುದು, ಅವ್ರ ಕಷ್ಟ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. So psychological function. Biological function. Reproduction functions ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So like that we're going to classify different functions and we're going to tell. That is also easy. And changing scenario. Family as an institution itself is questioned. For example, there's something called live-in relationship. Live-in relationship where, have you heard of live-in relationship? Without marriage, the girl and the guy will be staying together under the same roof. There's no marriage, but they'll act like husband and wife itself. They'll have love, bonding, husband, wife, everything except marriage. Without marriage, you cannot tell their family. So how the family is being, in Indian scenario, how this family, how this marriage is happening. In India, marriage is mainly almost 70 to 80 to 90% is based on caste factor. How the different institution called as caste is influencing another institution called as marriage. In institution andre IAS institution institution alla. The term institution is, I'm starting a little very confused. What is this institution? What is this? I knew only my college is an institution. This specific teaching institution as an institution. But here institutions are different. In society, the terms are little different. Institution, the economic institution, political institution, family is an institution, marriage is an institution. And why am I telling all these? And this all these present in the syllabus. And any answer when writing, just think about the syllabus. Okay, first in the topics. As soon as you keep thinking about them, answer automatically you'll get the answer. If you don't know anything about it. This is, for example, tell me about, describe tribal cultures of India. So there in syllabus they have written paper tribal cultures of India is in paper 2, but in paper 1 they have mentioned certain topics like polity, economy, marriage, family, either they have kinship. They have mentioned all these topics. You can write that headings only. Polity in India, tribal polity, so on so. in India, economic institution is so and so. If you write all those 6-7 headings cover ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ or with examples, finish answer. So this is how your work is going to be easy. In my classes, I'll make sure that you will know each and every topic in the syllabus. You need not have to by heart. I'll keep telling. See topic 4, chapter 4, chapter 3, chapter 9, chapter 9.2. I'll keep telling chapters name. You'll keep referring the syllabus copy again and again and again. Automatically. So only thing what I'm expecting from you is commitment. That's all. 2-3 hours, maybe the maximum of 3 hours. I'll be taking the class. Not now. In October 2nd or 3rd week. Again, I'll be starting afresh at that time. 2-3 hours of complete commitment. That's all. We are going to finish 1 or 2 topics per day. One topic, 1.5 hours. Other topics timeline is going to. We're going to finish it off. My objective is not to drag the classes, not to postpone the classes, or not to tell after 1 week I do. Lockdown is through, illa andru I'm doing it. And you're listening to it. Good time illa, good time illa. That's all. Are you getting it? Any other doubts you are specifically wanted to ask? Huh? Now I'll also speak about how to go this road path. All of you freshers, right? All the people who sitting here, new fresher. Okay. Now everybody is fresher, and my classes will be primarily taught in English only. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಗಿಮಿಕ್ಕಿಗೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅವಾಗ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So primarily it will be in English only. So here, how to go about the journey? So in order to go to the stage of interview or then clear. So that journey is always dependent upon planning. Don't neglect how to plan. So you want to write it this year or next year? Next year. Who is writing this year? Please raise your hand. So for this year, I'll tell you a different strategy. For next year, I'll tell you a different strategy with options. Mind the concept. First importance to this year people. Who is writing? So now, right now, you don't have option other than to study prelims. Nothing else. Don't do any natak, drama, nothing will work. You'll have to study prelims only, right now. The reason why many people are absent here is prelims. They're scared of prelims. Even I'm scared. Everybody is scared. You have to study till October 10. After October 10. So how many days are there this year? 80 days. 90 days. 80 days. Usually 3 months. Usually 3 months will be there. This time they have reduced by 10 days because of this pandemic, all these concerns. How to plan that? See, in your mains preparation, 70% of your time, I have written 4 mains. And twice I have gone to interview. I have studied in a college called Bangalore Medical College. You would have heard of it, Victoria Hospital. That is my institution. My CET rank was 71 at the time. All India rank was 300 odd. Anyways, so then that's why I've gone to that. But in Bandmilo, I've taken 4 mains. Third and fourth main I went to interview. First 2 mains I couldn't go because my planning was bad. Here it is not about intelligence. It's not at all about intelligence. You should be smart. You should know what you want and how to get it. That's all. You should have clear focus in your brain. Okay, this time prelims I need to get 120. That's it. And for this I need to study these things. There are 40 days in my hand. I don't think I'll be able to study 10,000 pages. Let me reduce 1000 pages. You have to accept it first. To gauge yourself. Imagine you become a bureaucrat. You have to gauge the district problem, right? You cannot exaggerate it. You cannot increase it unnecessarily. You cannot decrease it all. You have to see how it is based on the data. You should know what is your capability. After that, segregate the sources, revise it after completing. Revision 2 to 3 times. Revision is so important. Even I didn't know. I used to not revise at all. Once I used to understand, I should go. Then when they ask the questions, I used to know, okay, I know this, but I'm not able to remember. Then I understood. Revision is extremely important because the questions are not only objective. 2 plus 2 is equal to 4 on Kerala. That is not how. Okay, that is how I was brought up. But here it is not like that. It's subjective. 2 plus 2. Why should it be 4? They'll ask that. That is how you have to think here. So the thinking changes. So here the planning is extremely useful. Till October 10th, only prelims. From October 10th, you will obviously won't study for 1 week. That I know. 4 times I've done that. I've tried. Full but later, the next week you will not study. After that, slowly pressure will start building. Especially after prelims result, everybody is on fire. That's the mistake we do. Before the results of prelims, You have those 40 days. That is the time when you have to finish your out. People will tell general studies test you should have complete belief in yourself that this is the plan I'm sticking to. 40 days I'm going to complete optional, that's all. When is the date of Jan? Next year? December or Jan. So anyways, 80 days from October 10th and will be maybe December end probably. So till November mid, November third week, your complete dedication to be your options. Once your option is completed, it is so easy to complete general studies. It is so easy. Literally, I'm speaking. Once you finish off optional preparation, that means one week, one subject you'll finish. That will be your speed. Now, one topic only, almost 1 year you'll start it. You won't even do, or simply only when the crisis comes, you'll speed up. That's a natural tendency. Otherwise, 100 meter competition ಇದೆ 100 meters ಓಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತಾಗಲೇ then only you'll run fast. ಇನ್ನು ಒಬ್ಬನೇ ಇರೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮಲ್ಕೊಂಡು ಉರುಳಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು that is all is the difference. So your primary focus that 35 to 40 days you'll have 5 to 6 weeks finish off completely. That time anyways the classes will be going on. I'll tell you, write it down, go home, read it, join some test series, ಇಲ್ಲೇ start ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ join here only or ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ start ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ join ಬೇರೆ. Ultimately you should be benefit. So when you are benefited and all those completely anthropology is completed by November end, you'll have one solid month for general studies. Keep reading general studies materials you'll have, keep writing tests, keep reading, writing tests, go. Anyways, anthropology preparation is also over. You'll be ready for the next. This is this year's strategy. Next year, those people next year, majority of people who are watching here will be writing next year. So whoever is writing next year, for them, now you might have, some few people would have applied this year. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬರೆಯೋಣ ನೋಡೋಣ ಹೆಂಗಿದೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅದರೆಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ and few people would have okay next year ಅಂತಾನೆ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ. So those people who, irrespective of whether you applied here this year or not, I don't care. If you have applied next, if you are very serious about next year, this is the plan for you. October and November will be your optional months, which I'm going to complete. From December, January, February, March, April, May, June, exam prelims is June, right? Okay, 6 months you'll have time. Since prelims also will be a first time, 3 months, last 3 months, leave it, don't do anything. And since option will be completed by November, just keep revising that. And December, January, and February, these are 3 months you're going to invest in general studies. So up to November it will be for option. December, January, February, general studies. March, April, May for free. Every time these months, if you give wholeheartedly, based upon my experience, I'm telling you, if you give it wholeheartedly, every day, forget about number of hours, on 10 hours, 100 hours, 16 hours, don't care about it. Are you satisfied? When you the night, when you go back to your home and when you sleep, that time you'll realize whether you're satisfied. Just imagine you have written a test, you've done it well. That satisfaction is different. Might be in a school day, might be in a college day, but that satisfaction is different. You'll sleep peacefully, hushar, and every day, at least 5 days in a week, try to achieve that. Automatically results. Don't be under frustration. You'll be under a lot of influence. Okay, this particular institution gave this test series, have to join. They will start attracting you, they will start pulling you, all these things will start doing. But you are the most important person. No matter what, nobody will come to it. Nobody. Whoever is supporting you will come. If you do not make. This is the hard reality. So that accept it, go for it. Just few months of preparation, you will do it. And don't think next year agata. Eಷ್ಟೊಂದು attempts ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. The reason is about planning. You don't plan it. You don't plan. You're actually planning to fail. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So plan properly, strategize properly, know what are the sources, believe in one thing. Believe in one thing. If it doesn't work out, change it. If you're following, if at all you're going in one particular path, so many other paths are attractive too. You just divert right and left, you can. But when you don't achieve the success, you cannot pinpoint the failure. I mistake, you cannot. You can never tell. So at least you should know that you are believing in one particular path, you're going at this particular path, and you're going to achieve it. That confidence is 100%. This is the belief. And in this class, anthropology won't be restricted to only anthropology concepts, anthropology studying. It won't be like that. day-to-day newspaper, how it will be linked to anthropology next. I'll ask you. I'll actually divide the class into teams. 2 teams. I'll ask you the questions. And based upon today's newspaper, there are few articles. Explain Madi or yesterday's revision. I'll conduct a quiz type of question also. Maybe 2 weekly ones or something like that. Just that you have to revise it and write it. Almost weekly once I'll keep giving you questions also, 2-3 questions to write in the class itself. So that you should know the writing atmosphere ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. And don't fear to write. Just write. Maximum 0 ನಲ್ವಾ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತಾ? No. So why to bother? Anyways you are 0 now only. So don't bother now. Anyways ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೀವಿ, ನಾವು ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ, ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಹೋಗಿ. So try. Give it a shot. Nothing is going to stop. So this is how my class will be. It will be light, do it, use it, easier ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ, but it will be fast. It will not be slow. It will not be more than 2 months at all. Okay, is that fine? Any other doubts you want to ask, including online students? Sources. Somebody asked sources. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಕೂತ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಫೀಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ? ಕೇಳಿ ಪರವಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. Ask the sources. So physical anthropology, write down. There are 4 branches ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ. Please write down the sources of anthropology. Write down heading physical anthropology. Under that, Peenath. These are the books you have to buy. Peenath. Ember and Ember. Peenath. Ember and Ember. Okay, next. So this is about physical anthropology. Next, socio-cultural anthropology. Socio-cultural anthropology. IGNO ಗೊತ್ತಾ? IEG. By the way, tell your backgrounds. I'll come back to the sources. Socio-cultural. How many? Okay, backgrounds. Engineers ಎಷ್ಟು? And arts arts, commerce, literature, language. ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದರಲ್ಲೇ okay, science, BSc. BSc 3 ಜನ BSc, MSc, BDS, dental. So next socio-cultural is IGNO book, IGNO PDF will keep getting that particular syllabus, family, marriage, kinship. You just go through it. IGNO MA Anthropology as a source. Next is in Telugu Academy. Kannada, Telugu Academy. Braintree notes. Archaeology. Next heading is archaeology. 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 D.K. Bhattacharya. D.K. Bhattacharya. See, D.K. Bhattacharya book is big. You do not have to read. Don't read it now only. When I start teaching, right, at that time I'll start telling the concepts, and I'll tell refer page number 65 and 66 for today's class. That's all ever. Don't sit and you should not become masters in anthropology. No use. No use at all. So don't do it. Just you'll have to see is how relevant. These are reference books. I'm just telling you these books so that you should at least know this particular book. And also you can quote the same books. What are the books I'm giving? Except the Braintree and Telugu Academy notes. Ignore. You can quote according to Ember and Ember. So and so is mentioned. You can mention in the examination hall. This is archaeology. D.K. Bhattacharya. Next to tribal. Nadeem Second book is Tribal Cultures of India by L.P. This L.P. Vidyarthi name is quite famous. You'll keep getting across again and again. Many concepts are after him. L.P. Vidyarthi in paper 2. So these are the four separate divisions of anthropology, and these books are sufficient. Rest all I have referred from many sources. I've compiled. I've read. 99% are useless, and 1% is useful. I've taken that. I've compiled it. I'll keep telling the same thing. Whenever I'm teaching the class, you have to make sure that you keep writing what I'm telling, so that the same examples can be used in many different places. And after that, I'll again dictate in a structured wise. As I told you, family means what, types, functions, contemporary scenario, changing nature, why is it changing, causes, all those things with case studies and examples. Anything else you want to ask? Indian anthropology, socio-cultural anthropology only will do brain tree and all those things. That also Nadim Hassan, that book is also there. You can refer. You will read like a story book. Tinkle ella gottara. A book called Tinkle. Comic books. Tinkle book. Supandi antara ಬಂತು. Your Panchatantra. Okay, such books. How do you read it? You just read for fun, no? Exactly, that is how I want you to read. Not that underline triangles, rectangles, cubes, stars, different colors, highlighting. No, don't do all those things. You'll tear the page. That's all. That will not go into head. Don't do all these things. You'll have to only. I'll tell you this particular thing. You read and come. That's all. Just enjoy it. Get the feel of it. Let us just. If you go after the result, you won't get it. Start enjoying the process. Then, anything else? That's it. What reading? One student has asked, sir, what become reading reading to specific knowledge to anthropology? Basically, she wants to know what should I read to gain specific knowledge with respect to anthropology. That is her question. What should I read? All these books, whatever I've told, it has some specific content with respect to anthropology, but in order to get specific insights of it, one is Ember and Ember is extremely useful, and second is whatever I teach is useful. Whenever I teach you this particular way, you have to study in this particular direction. After that, whatever the material is presented, you will only think in that way, which is anthropological view. That is something. So when will new UPSC batch start? New UPSC batch will start in October 2nd or 3rd week for anthropology. For anthropology subject, option subject. Anything else? Big way or change? Ask fast. Okay, that's all. Sakala, 1 hour kuidi jaste. So let's end the class. So anything else, you can now directly meet me. Okay, that's it for today.